This is coming straight out of Holborn station, and the road you're in is Kingsway, which goes down that way. This is Great Queen Street off of Kingsway, and that is the first port of call. It's the Great Freemasons Hall and Museum. And this is right in front of Drury Lane, which is where all the theatres are, which is there. This is at the front of it. You've got all these memorial plaques. Big one there, in memory of Freemasons awarded the Victoria Cross during the Great War, 1914-1918. Look at that beautiful old light stand there, look. This is the building from the outside. It goes all the way up there, then all the way down there. It's a massive place, massive, and it's all free. This is inside it now, going upstairs. This current building here was built between 1927 and 1933 as a memorial for 3,225 Freemasons who died in World War I, but it's been an actual meeting place in other buildings previously since 1775. So this is inside it now. You can do an organised tour here with someone to show you around, but you are equally as welcome just to walk around like I'm doing on your own and have a look. Looks like there's plenty here.
Auf der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümelein und das heißt
There's apparently 26 different meeting rooms inside this place. All of them are meant to be ornate as well, and they're all used by different lodges and chapters. The biggest one holds 600 people, or seating for 600 people, and the smallest one has 35 seats. And I was just reading, they reckon there's 1,800 different lodges and chapters just in London alone.
Well, we're looking at the Soanes, and obviously, like today, there are similar things to Freemasons, like every companies work trade-based. These days, what they're doing is that Freemasons are high skill. So, like I said, they found somewhere you definitely really
This is the Freemasons library in here. Then you got all these bookshelves, and then all of these are research desks. I suppose you have to pre-book, and then you can get the books out that you want to look and do your research. And there's the South Gallery. This place has also been used for quite a few films, apparently. Assassin's Creed, Johnny English, Agent Cody Banks, and it was also, the building was used as a stand-in for the MI5 headquarters, Thames House, in the series Spooks. This is cleverly done when you get closer. Your two little girls. keep seeing this Star of David on everything here and all their different paraphernalia, but they apparently call it the Seal of Solomon, and to them it's an occult symbol and nothing to do with Israel or the Jews. These are different aprons that they wear. These aprons go all along here. Gloves. Apron. And a sash. When someone gets into the Masons, the first gift they get is called the badge of a Mason, which is an apron. The apron is said to symbolise pride in the organisation and dedication to its principles. The white gloves that you keep on seeing as well, they symbolise giving a helping hand to other Masons. Old gift shop. This has been a very interesting place, but it does obviously put the Freemasons over as a very charitable, good thing, and you do have the other side of the coin where a lot of people will say it's a nefarious secret order that gets up to dodgy things, and you've got to bear in mind in 1934 the Nazis banned it in Germany because they said it was the secrecy of it was working against the German people. So old Templar gear.
So is that?
I'll tell you something, when you start walking around this place, it's absolutely massive. I think I've strayed off the beaten path a bit, but I've even just found out there's a cafe and bar here as well.
Auf der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümelein. Und das heißt Erika.
Right, step 2, we're now at Lincoln Inn Fields. That's where we're going down here. Looks like there's a bit of a queue. It's a John Soanes museum. Interestingly, John Soanes, whose place we're visiting now, he actually designed the original Freemason hall that we've just been to. But in this place you're not allowed to take any videos. You can take photos but not videos for some reason. The museum here is free to get in. Apparently 100,000 people visit every year. It's all of the stuff inside it was accumulated by Soanes himself. You've got literally everything in here from ancient Egypt, from the Roman era, plaques and busts, moulds, sculptures, and it's very chaotic. It looks like everything's just been slung together and jumbled around in a fashion. Yet they do say the way that he'd done it was an actual deliberate art in itself, the way he displayed them all. One of the other interesting things here is the sarcophagus of the Egyptian pharaoh Seti I. As well, you can imagine getting all of these exhibits together must have cost an absolute fortune. But he was a very wealthy man. He was the most successful architect in the whole of Britain. His most famous design was the Bank of England, And he actually got an Act of Parliament in 1833 that upon his death the house would be bequeathed to the British nation and to become a museum of architecture. His son George, realising he would lose all his inheritance, tried unsuccessfully to stop this but failed, so we have the museum here still today. This fantastic building here is our third stop. This is the Hunterian Museum. After John Hunter, a famous surgeon, this is also free. This again is in Lincoln Inn Fields. This is this side, and that John Soanes Museum is basically across the field that side. There he is, the man himself. Not the one walking down the stairs, the statue of mate. John Hunter. These couple of skeletal remains here of dodos. This one is a brain from an elephant, and obviously this one's a selection of different eyeballs. This museum only opened up again last year. It'd been shut for I think 5 years while they refurbished it all, costing just under 5 million. There's over 14,000 anatomical specimens in the collection, and inside at any one time there's usually about 3,500 on display. In England it is the largest public display of human anatomy. And this place gets just under 100,000 visitors a year. That one there's a giant millipede yuck. Below it we've got some lizards. I think there might be a newt in there as well, I'm not sure. Then the skulls. Imagine having your skull put in here for eternity. Especially if you didn't like the next skull next to you. Then we've got these great big long corridors here, just full of exhibits. These ones here have actually been split open so that you can see all the internal organs, the liver, your heart, your lungs, etc. This skeleton here is of a camel, or rather a dromedary, I can never pronounce it properly, the one with two humps. I was actually a little bit shocked to be honest, seeing these. I wasn't really expecting to see actual babies as such. I don't know how I feel about this. It's not really how you'd want someone to end up, really, is it? In a pickling jar of vinegar with tourist ogling at them. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. This poor fella here has a giant tumour growing out of his genitalia area. That's that Hunterian there, but it's worth walking up just to the end of the road. Just to admire some of these fantastic buildings. This is shut, they're doing it up at the moment. This is at Portsmouth Street, which is literally just again just off that Lincoln Inn Fields. The old curiosity shop. This is literally opposite the old curiosity shop, a giant globe. So we're on the Strand now. We'll just walk down here and do a right to number 4, which is the Knights Templar Church. But if you do carry on the Strand, you'll come to the famous Fleet Street. This is the Royal Courts of Justice, where all the injustices happen. This memorial here is the Temple Bar Memorial, which at one time was the entrance to the City of London. It's got the white dragon on the very top of it there, which white dragon is an old Anglo-Saxon symbol, which is there to protect the people. And around the bottom of it, you've got Edward VII, who was the eldest son of Queen Victoria, and there's one of Queen Victoria around on the other side that we can't see from here. Right, our fourth and final stop, it's the Temple Church here. This church was actually built and run by the Knights Templar, who actually owned all of the area around here back in the 12th century. This actual church enjoys the status of what is known as a royal peculiar, where it answers to the crown, not to any bishop, and it gives the clergy the right to wear royal scarlet robes. The round on this church has been in use since 1163, and with its pointed arches, it's probably the first Gothic building ever built in England. The most sacred place for Christian pilgrims to go to in Jerusalem was the round church of the Holy Sepulchre, which was said to be built around and above the empty grave of Jesus. So the Templars built this church to try and recreate that shape. These heads go all around the inside here of the round. They're actually called grotesques. You usually find them on the outside of churches, not on the inside. William Marshall described at his funeral by the Archbishop of Canterbury as being the greatest knight that ever lived. William Marshall was also the man credited with negotiating the Magna Carta, and his son is buried here as well, Gilbert. Sorry for the quality of the video here, but it's just whatever angle I'm doing it, the sun is reflected off the glass here. There's nothing I can do about it, sadly. The difference, by the way, between a grotesque and a gargoyle is a gargoyle has water coming out of it and a grotesque doesn't. Here we go. This place upstairs here actually has a name. It's called a Trithorium. Goes all the way around in this dome. These tiles are called Newton tiles, and they supposedly were made in the 12th century by Cistercian monks. Well, I must say that was the first thing I paid for to get in. It's only a £5, and it was very interesting as well. Well worth the £5. If you fancy a bit of food after doing these museums, if you follow the map here, go up to Hatton Garden, where you got obviously the jewellers and that. Walk past them, and then to the left you've got Leather Lane, which is a massive street food market where you can basically get whatever you want.